Wife reveals that she's pregnant, but I know I'm not the father, because I'm sterile. So I play along. I, 38M, got married to my wife, 33F, 2 years back. We'd been dating for 3 years and she was more inclined towards marriage than I was, but just to make her happy, I agreed to it. Around a year ago, we started trying to have a baby. Again, that was at my wife's insistence. We struggled a lot during the period that we were trying to conceive, though when things got so bad for my mental health that I decided to go get myself tested. My wife had become mean during the time that we were struggling to conceive, and I tried to deal with her behavior, but it was just too much to bear. So a few days after the test, I was told by the doctors that I was sterile. To be honest, that pretty much broke my heart. Even though having a baby wasn't my idea, I'd started envisioning my life as a father already, and I really wanted to be one, so to learn that I'd never be able to be a dad was the most devastating news to me at the time. But the worst was yet to come. I'd been trying to work up the courage to tell my wife that I was the reason that we weren't able to conceive, but I was afraid of how she'd react. She'd already been so mean to me that I couldn't imagine her reaction when she'd find out that what she wanted was probably never going to happen with me. So I waited for a few days after I knew the results of my test to tell my wife, but she's the one who ended up giving me a surprise. 4 days after I knew that I was sterile, she sat me down and told me that she had some really important news to share with me, and I was extremely scared because I thought that she'd somehow found out about my sterility. But no, she wanted to tell me that she was finally pregnant. I was shocked to my very core at what she was saying, but thankfully, she was blissfully unaware of my true feelings and began to celebrate almost immediately. I tried to join in on her happiness so that she wouldn't doubt me or whatever, but the very next day, I got tested again, just to confirm that I was really and truly sterile, and once again, I received the same results. I was at a loss because if I wasn't the father, then my wife was most certainly cheating on me. The medical procedures that she needed to conceive artificially were expensive, and since I was the only earning member between the two of us, she couldn't have gotten anything done without asking me for that sort of money first. So she was obviously cheating. The thought itself was so weird and horrible that I didn't do anything about it for the next few days while my wife planned a full-fledged party to announce her pregnancy. She seemed really happy and I was equally shattered, but I couldn't let it show on my face because I needed to get to the bottom of this whole situation. I didn't even tell my own family about what was happening and kept it all under wraps because this was way too uncomfortable and personal to be shared with anyone. I couldn't even tell my wife what I thought because firstly, way too much time had passed, and secondly, I wanted to know who exactly the father of her child was because if I did confront her then maybe she'd just leave and I'd never know. Luckily, I found out on the day of the party itself. A lot of people attended, including our families, our friends, and a few of my coworkers. She also invited one of our neighbors, who lived right across the street from us. Our neighbor, 27M, is a young man and is definitely a lot better looking than me, no doubt. Not just me, but he's probably better looking than most people since he's a model, but he's still